afternoon, Mayor Adler.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mooney.
May I present Mrs. Carmichael, my secretary?
How do you do, sir?
How do you do?
Your Honor.
Oh, Your Honor. And may I say that it must be quite an honor to be mayor of such a beautiful little town.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Mooney, your bank has even greater assets than I imagined.
Oh, no wonder you got elected.
Sorry I'm late, folks.
Oh, hello, Mr. Weber.
Weber, I can tolerate a member of the Highway Commission marching with the protesters because the band needs a tuba. But do you have to wear it to this meeting?
Well, I never can get it off after I eat lunch.
Well, when you show up at that highway meeting tonight, you better have it starved off of you.
Yes, sir.
Now sit down.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, may I say that I think it would be a terrible shame to put a freeway right down your main street. It is so beautiful. You know, I visited all your shops, and I was in old Doc Putnam's drugstore, and I walked all around, and oh, I just loved the parade this morning. Da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum.
Mrs. Carmichael! Weber!
Yes, sir.
One more blow, and out you go.
I'm sorry, sir.
Now, Weber, where do you suggest putting the off-ramp?
Well, I think the off-ramp...
I hope it will be where it will help the bank shopping center.
Oh, it will. The highway department has said that the off-ramp will come right here, right through Doc Putnam's drugstore.
Oh, you can't do that.
Why not?
Well, how can old Doc Putnam and Mr. Bubbles play chess on an off-ramp? And Mr. Weber, that brass band that you're so proud of, without Main Street, you know, you'll be holding your parades on a freeway. You'll start off with 76 trombones and wind up with one piccolo player.
But Mrs. Carmichael...
Hey, Mr. Weber, you were born and raised here. These are your people. Can't you do something to get out of this mess?
Lady, I can't even get out of this tuba.
What about you, Your Honor? Can't you do something?
Mrs. Carmichael, will you keep out of this?
I appreciate your sentimentality, Mrs. Carmichael, but I have to be realistic and consider progress.
Progress. Well, if you ask me...
Nobody asked you.
I think we'd be making a lot more progress if we had a lot more wonderful little towns like Bancroft.
What do you mean, we? You're not even a citizen here.
I'm not the only one that feels like this, and you'll find that out tonight. Now, look, Your Honor, can't you convince the men on the Highway Commission that Main Street is more than just a street? Well, it's a way of life. If I lived here in Bancroft, you know what I'd do. I'd get up a petition about this. And at that meeting tonight, I'd say, who needs industry and commerce and all that high-polluting, air-polluting progress? Energy doesn't get better just because it gets bigger.
Well, thank you, Carrie Nation.
That was a very pretty speech. But the Highway Commission has already determined where that freeway is going, and you will not sway them, even if you take that cracker barrel philosophy of yours and set it to music.
I think that is a very unfair attitude, Mr. Mooney. If you had set it to music. Da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum.
Mrs. Carmichael, will you stop?
Stop! I haven't even started yet.
Well, it is apparent by this meager turnout that the majority of the townspeople are in favor of a freeway in Bancroft. Therefore, I officially proclaim the approval of...
105 or so.
I know.